Alright guys, PlushyDom here. And this is gonna be a pretty long one. I don't know why I always wait until I go into like 20 flea markets and other places to finally decide, okay, I have to do a video. But I like doing the flea market haul videos, so yeah. So this is actually about 4 flea markets and actually 2 of the toy convention that I go to every year, because this year, wait, it happened in April or May, like whenever it does, like every year, but then another one happened in October, so I had to go to that. So yeah. And before we get started, don't mind the rattling if you hear in the background. It's the heater in my house, and I don't want to turn it off. It is frigid out right now, but yeah, let's get to all the junk I bought. So the first one I went to after I did my last video was the one where I got my original Xbox, which is the one that's like 20 minutes away. I've been going to since I was a kid. I distinctly remember the day before my dad and I went to go see Beetlejuice the day before. I don't know why. Oh, wait, yeah. Because we were walking out of the theater, he found like a fake $100 bill in the parking lot. He's like, here, Dom. I'm like, well, thanks, I saw it was fake. Like, oh, I wanted to go to the flea market tomorrow. Like, okay, we'll go to the flea market. So next day we went, and the only things I bought there were 3 Super Nintendo games. First one is Rob Paulson.
Oh, jeez, I just don't really want to do this, but yeah, it's contracts and the sort.
I don't know why I bought it. I assume just because it was cheap. I got all these from the same person. 2 actually good ones. Contra 3. Which, honestly, I'm not like super versed in the Contra, but this is probably my favorite Contra game. And finally, Hook. It's one of those cases where like, it's a licensed game that's actually good. But yeah, I love the movie, but I do have the Genesis version, but I kind of wanted the Super Nintendo one too. Then I think 2 or 3 weeks after that, I went back to the same flea market just by myself. And I actually did get some stuff. So there's a guy there who just has a whole bunch of plushies. And I swear to God, he always has good stuff. So I'm just going to get my 2 favorites out of the way. The Funko Cuphead and Bugman. So I think these were the most popular Cuphead plushies when the game first came out. And I ended up getting the Yeti plushies, which actually, as of right now, those are like really expensive. Last time I saw them, they were like with the tag and bagged and like for like $300. Which I like how they look compared to these, but I still like them. So I got these alongside Oswald. I just saw him and he's like, oh man, Oswald, because I love Epic Mickey. It's like one of my favorite licensed games ever. So I just kind of wanted to get Oswald. And finally I got a Build-A-Bear Hook thing. I don't know. It's actually the same guy I got my Toothless from. So I feel like it was kind of fitting to get Hook thing. I'm pretty sure it's from the same set. So yeah. Then second to last thing that I got, there was this one lady with just a whole bunch of plushies and stuff. And in the rubble of plushies was this 2012 Wario. I kind of wanted him. This is like the Wario plush that like a lot of people use, and this is what he tends in their videos. And I mean, Wario's my favorite Mario character, so I feel like I had to get him. It's me. Oh my god! And the last things I got were a couple of PlayStation games from the guy that I mostly get my video games there at. First up is Gex 1.
Is it Gex Night? I've been waiting for this for years.
Complete. Say what you want, but the Gex series is pretty fun. Even if you find Gex annoying, like, the games are still fun. And the other one I got was The Emperor's New Groove. Complete. First off, love the movie. So this is literally just a Spyro clone. That's all that this is, but it's so fun. Then a few weeks after that, I went to the one in New York where did I get at that one? Oh, my Dukes of Hazzard TV tray at. And I found some pretty good stuff. So, first things I got was from that big video game and toy booth I always get my stuff at. So, believe it or not, the first thing I found was this little Hiccup figure. He was like $3. I had to go for him. Yeah. And the next one, I got really excited. It's Miguel from the Road to El Dorado.
Ah, you fight like my sister. I fought your sister. That's a compliment.
Honestly, one of my favorite DreamWorks. Oh wait, I'm just now realizing like, it's two of my top favorite DreamWorks movies. But yeah, I think this is from McDonald's or Burger King. Hang on, yeah, it's from a Burger King set that they have when the movie came out. But yeah, got that. Then 2 games I got from them. One of my favorites of all time, Super Mario World. So, the one that I got with my Super Nintendo, it just completely died out on me. So, I had to get a new one at some point, so it's cheaper. Then the other one is WarioWare Smooth Moves. Complete. Honestly, I'm not that big in the minigame collections, but WarioWare is just kind of that big one that's just like, dude, this is fun. Then I went to this other booth that had a bunch of like video game stuff in it, and pretty much all of it was stuff that I had already, except New Super Mario Bros. U plus Super Luigi U.
Super Mario, do we have this Mario? Super Mario U.
We do not. We only have it with Luigi. Yes. It's missing the manual. So the reason I got it is that it was severely underpriced. It was $10 and I talked it down to $7. But I think last time I saw it, it was like $30. So let's go. Good deal there. Then the last thing I got, there's this guy who has just a big Lego minifigure booth. He goes to both this one and the other one that's like closer to where I live. But another part of his booth is that he has a whole bunch of box figures and stuff. It's where I got the plush Roger and the bendable Jessica Rabbit from him. And for $5, he had this wind-up Tom still in the box. I had to get him. Actually, now realizing this wasn't going to take as long as I thought it was going to be. So, carrying on. I went back to the one where I got all the plushies from. I think it was like around the time school started back up. So, I just went there one Sunday. I had the day off. I just figured, why not? So, first thing I see is one of the guys that just has a whole bunch of video games. And the first thing that catches my eye is I want to clarify, Italians don't regularly say Mamma Mia. It's the talking Mario plush still in the box. Like, dude, this is nuts. So, he's in decent enough shape. I saw it. And he's like $50. So, I looked it over. I'm like, so I talked him down to 40. So, like 50 alone was still a pretty good deal. I think it's like, it goes for like 60 to 70. So, yeah. And then when I was making my rounds, when I was leaving, I went back to his booth and I saw he had Mario Golf Advance for the GBA. Nice shot. Actually, one of my goals right now is to get like all the Mario games, like all the sports and party games that I don't have. Easier said than done. So yeah, those are the first things I got. Then I went to the guy that I mostly get the games at when I'm at that one. And he had 3 that I saw. We had Namco Museum 1.
It became a goal of mine and my family to collect the entire museum series, and we got as far as owning N, A, M, and O, but never C. Nowadays, all I have left is N and O.
Complete. So I had the greatest hits one of this, but I want to start getting the ones where it's just the letters of Namco. So it was cheap, so I went for it. Then the next one was Mario Power Tennis.
Take this, Mr. Eyeballs. Give me that cool, crazy eyeball man.
Complete. Actually, oh wait, no. The disc is like a tennis ball, kind of like how Mario Golf looks like a golf ball. So again, I'm trying to get all the Mario games, which easier said than done. And finally, Mario Super Sluggers. Complete. Again, trying to get all the Mario games. They're both surprisingly cheap. They were like 20 and 30, and I talked them down a bit, but yeah. So finally we get to the toy conventions, which one was in May and one was in October, so I had to go to both. So I'm just gonna get my favorite out of the way. It is the Acme Mario. So I've always wanted the Acme Mario plushies for a little while. And I actually remember the first time I saw them was the first time I went to Too Many Games. And for some reason I didn't get them. It was both Mario and Luigi. And I didn't get them. So yeah. But didn't make that mistake here. He's in really good shape for how old he is. I think, yeah, the overall strap was broken, so I fixed it. So he was 20, and I just went for it. I mean, come on. He's so goofy looking. And the only other plush that I got there was this Suction Cup Roger, which is bootleg. Even the seller told me it was bootleg. So after I bought it and brought it home and looked it up, I'm like, yeah, it's bootleg. Still, it's a tag. It has like nothing on it except whatever that is. But yeah, I thought it was weird. It was only $5, so I thought it was kind of a weird oddity. So yeah. Actually, the last thing that I got that's like not an actual video game is the McDonald's Tails.
Where do the stars of Sega Sonic 3 go when the game's over?
Sonic? Are you guys in there?
Hey, here's a hint. They're at McDonald's in the $1.99 Sonic 3 Hamburger Happy Meal. Sonic launches with a push of a button. Tails flies who knows how high. And Robotnik barely dodges disaster. There's even this sweepstakes thing where 10,000 lucky folks will win free Sonic 3 cartridges. So if you're still looking for Sonic and his friends,
I need to report a missing hedgehog.
take the kids to McDonald's, where what you want is what you get.
So when I first got the McDonald's set all the way back in like, what, 2019, I only got the Tails part. I never got the spinner. So here, I got it. Tails flies who knows how high. So yeah, I mostly got it for the spinner. And to get all the video games out of the way, I got a decent amount of video games. So first guy there, he had a whole bunch of like cartridge games, and these are the 3 that I got. So we got, oh my, why am I dropping everything today? Is Cruising USA for the 64. I mean, you have a 64, you kind of have to have this. It's always cheap, so no reason not to get it. Then Yoshi's Island.
When is too much too much? The Find out we crammed everything into Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. 60 more levels, massive enemies, huge Yoshi tricks, all served up with the latest graphic technology, Morphmation.
No more.
Sure you don't have room for another little bonus level? Super Mario World 2, only on the Super NES. Still the big one.
So the main reason I got this because it went down like a lot. Like I remember the last time I saw it before getting this was like $70, but then here it was like $30. So I looked and like that actually did went down, so I got it. And finally, Gunsmoke. The main reason I wanted it is because it's pretty much the great grandfather of my favorite game of all time, Red Dead Redemption 2. So the reason of it being the great grandfather of Red Dead 2 is kind of a long story. I actually would recommend Did You Know Gaming's video on Red Dead Redemption, that they quickly go through the whole story. But yeah, it's pretty much just a top-down shooter and set in the Wild West, and it's fun. Then another guy selling video games, he just had a whole bunch of like boxed NES games that was just like ridiculously overpriced. And the only one that wasn't overpriced was Yoshi.
There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. Cause here comes Yoshi. And he's up against Goombas, Groovers, Pooh Buddies, and Piranha Plants in Nintendo's new stack and sandwich puzzle game called Yoshi. Match the creatures and wipe them out. Play alone or with a friend, but mix them and you won't stand a chance. It's challenging. It's overwhelming.
Hey, Yoshi!
It's Yoshi, the new puzzle game for Game Boy or NES. Now you're playing with power.
It was $15, which I don't know how much it was last time I saw it.
Let's go!
But I knew it was a good deal, so I bought it. I think it's just, yeah, it's just a cartridge. It doesn't have the manual, so look out for the manual. Now realizing the rest of these are video games. So there was this one guy just selling a whole bunch of Sega Genesis games, and these are the ones I got. Quackshot. Just a cartridge. The weird thing about Disney games on the Genesis is that they're legitimately good. Like Aladdin, the World of Illusion games, this. Then the last two are Boogerman. I know it sounds weird, but this game's actually really fun. And Spider-Man. It's literally just the 2D version of the PS4 Spider-Man, which honestly is the best part about this. And the last stuff I got was just 2 PS1 games and 2 PS2 games. So, first ones are Jam Pack 2000 for the PS1. Complete. I said before I like getting the jam packs because they're just kind of a really cool way to just kind of go through the PlayStation life. Or what other consoles have jam packs? PS1, PS2. Oh, the original Xbox has a bunch. I think those are it. Oh, the GameCube has some, but yeah. And next one, Croc 2. Complete. I love the Croc series. It's just super underrated series, and both this and Croc 1 are super fun. And the last two are, like I said before, 2 PS2 jam packs. Summer 2003. And Volume 11. Complete. Again, I like getting the jam packs because they're just super fun ways to like go through a console's library. So yeah. Then finally the one in October, which pretty much everything I got is video games besides 2 figures. So the first booth I went to was actually the same guy that I got the Talking Mario from. And he did recognize me from buying it, so he's like, I could hook you up, you find stuff. He just had like a whole bunch of like Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, and Game Gear games. So I got a bunch from him. So the first one is Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga. Then Kirby's Block Ball.
At the Kirby's Block Ball Testing Center, we bounced off every wall.
Yep.
Sat on every spike. And busted every block.
Good.
Until the game was ready for Kirby himself.
It's ready!
Kirby's Block Ball, now on Game Boy and Super Game Boy.
DK Land 2 and 3.
Oh, these are pretty cool bananas.
Golf. And first one I actually bought in a little while. Primal Rage for the Game Gear.
It makes me want to go into a Primal Rage! By the way, the next game is Primal Rage.
Then another booth that had a bunch of video games. It was all just PlayStation, PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, everything. Then a little bit of DS games. And the only one I saw was Mario Party DS. The cartridge is in the carrying case. Again, I'm trying to get all the Mario games that I don't have, which easier said than done, but yeah, I think it was about $15, so took it. Then another video game booth I went to was, I think it was actually the same guy I got the boxed Yoshi from, and pretty much the same situation, but it had Genesis games in the cases as well. And the only one that was not overpriced at all was World of Illusion. Complete and in really good shape. It was only $15, so I took it. Another part of it was I only had the cartridge, and it was in really, really rough shape. And to get it not only in really good shape, but in the case, cool. And then another video game booth I went to, he just had a whole bunch of like random games, and I just looked through, and the only 2 that like I had like any interest in was the Simpsons game for the PS2.
That shadow version of me, nicest guy in the world. Misunderstood.
Complete. So I had the Xbox 360 version for a little while, until one day I realized it was worth a stupid amount. I think I got it for like 25 like years ago. But then like a little bit before I bought this, I saw it was going for like 40, 50, like, okay, I'm just gonna get the PS2 version and just sell that. So I did get this, and I sold the 360 version for like $40. And the only other game I got was Mario Party 7. That was, I think that was all the tags. I think that was like all the tags from these games. Yep. All the tags from the games. So again, I'm trying to get every Mario game, which is easier said than done. But I saw it and I'm like, oh god, it's going to be expensive. But I asked. It was $30. Okay. I actually did find out later on. I think this is like the least expensive Mario Party on the GameCube, which they're pretty expensive.
Mamma mia!
And like I mentioned earlier, I only got 2 figures. Let's see. Actually, one of them was from the guy who had the GE Sonic X Tails, which he still had. For like $3, there was this little Roger banging his head. I like getting the little Roger Rabbit figures. Like, Who Framed Roger Rabbit is like my favorite movie besides Back to the Future. So, it's always fun to get these. And another booth that just had a big case of like random action figures. One stood out for me. Earthworm Jim!
Groovy!
One of my favorite games that come out of the 90s. Dude, he's just so cool, and it's his head actually shoots out of his body. He's stuck. There he goes. So his head like shoots out of his body and everything. It's cool. So he was 20. So I'm like, and I looked it up, and he was about 30, 40. I'm like, okay, 20. So yeah, I got him. Oh my god, this is gonna take forever to clean up. So yeah, this actually didn't take as long as I thought it was gonna be. So yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So bye. See you guys later.